The view of history that we have is one that is skewed, at the very least, and dangerously slanted, more likely. So there is a very real undercurrent of emotionality behind that issue. Holocaust, Jews, and murder, and all this other kind of stuff, which while it might be a very visceral subject, the fact that the Jews themselves have opted for the term Holocaust to describe what happened to the Jewish people in World War II should be a statement in and of itself, because the Holocaust is a burnt offering, and if they're calling themselves a burnt offering, are they saying that the Nazis were conducting an occult rite in trying to, offer up people in a burnt offering and some occult sacrifice? Well, there may be some that believe that, and I'm sure there were some in the Third Reich that may actually have operated under that particular assumption. But I think, no, the actual intention of using the term Holocaust to describe what happened is that it is a sacrifice that the Jewish people made, and that it is one in which they can always go back to whenever they're pushed back against the wall. And this is something that I brought up before. I'm tired of the Jews, well, let's not say the Jews as a people. Let's say I'm tired of Israel. I'm tired of the nation of Israel, and I'm tired of Zionists using the Holocaust as an excuse for any activity that they engage in. And whenever scrutiny comes to a point where they cannot ignore it any longer, then all of a sudden the Holocaust is brought out of the hall closet, and everybody needs to shut up because it's such a terrible, horrible thing. Now, back to Buchenwald. Here you have President Obama visiting Buchenwald, and he says because of the tragedy that happened in Buchenwald, that proves that 6 million Jews died, and anyone who doesn't believe that is, just ignorant, stupid, and, mentally deranged. And while I would agree that anybody who does not agree that a vast number of people died at the hands of the Nazis, including a very large number of Jews, would in fact qualify to be mentally deranged and or stupid. It strikes me as odd and strange that the only group who has made such a distinctive name for themselves in this particular area is the Jews. And the Jews are irrevocably linked with the Holocaust, even though there were, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Eastern Europeans, Gypsies, Romanians, Poles, artists, leftists. Of any particular group, there's going to be a large number of these people who are rounded up, put into slave labor camps or what have you, and ended up dying or being persecuted. Yet there's no industry around them. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it that it's only the Jews who have an industry all wrapped up around this? Well, they want to claim the greater share of the sacrifice that was the Holocaust. And they want to claim the greatest benefit from that sacrifice, and that is a blank check to do whatever they want in this world. That is the country of Israel. Not individual Jews. I have absolutely nothing against individual Jews. What I do have a problem with is the idea of Zionism and the idea of the blind support of the nation of Israel, when in fact that is hardly ever justified, especially in light of their own terrorist past, their own terroristic activities, and their own genocidal activities towards the Palestinians. If they were a true humanitarian state that was just trying to exist, and amidst overwhelming opposition, then it would be our moral imperative to do something to help them. but considering that they have a vast military armada themselves, they're quite capable of protecting themselves, and they act in a very inhuman manner towards their enemies, or their perceived enemies. They do not deserve our support any more than Iran deserves our support when it crushes dissident activities, any more than Indonesia deserves our support whenever it puts down uprisings and people who are trying to get something better for their lives. So I just wanted to clarify a few things on that topic. So thank you. Have a good one.